Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Terriann Talks. I am Terriann Belle, and today's topic that I want to discuss briefly is grab it, do's and don'ts when building your platform. So we live in this age where many people want to build their own platforms. They want to create their own personal and professional brands, for yourself. And when you start building your brand, you start to build your platform. There are things that you will run into that you got to be careful with. And there are also some things that you can do that can create, just some good success with getting started. So if I can give you any type of advice on things that I did for myself when I built my brand and things that I've learned along the way as my brand started to grow, I want to offer this wisdom to somebody that's, in the process of building their brand as well, so that they don't make the same mistakes I did and head'll kind of like, you know, not even gonna talk about what it does, but to avoid these type of mistakes that you will have to eventually heal from later. So to avoid these conflicts, here are some do's and don'ts. Let's start with the positive. Do's. Do have a niche. If you have a specific niche on what it is that your brand is going to be talking about, that will put you in a different type of ballpark for all of the people that are meant to be attracted to your brand, because you're finding your people. When you have a specific niche, then at that point, you have your people, and social media knows what algorithms to push you into. If sports is your niche, then anybody that researches sports, that's their interest, and they're going to start sending your videos towards those people. So have a niche so that your social media can know exactly where to post you. Number two is have a service that you give. So if you're creating videos or content or whatever it is that you're creating, have something that people are getting for every single time that they come to your videos, whether you're motivational speaking, whether you're teaching people, whatever it is that you're doing, have something to give so that when these people are subscribing to you, they're following your platform, following your social media, they know that they are gaining something by following your channel. So make sure that you have something to give that people can want to come back for. And then lastly, for your dues, is to just be yourself. Simply just be yourself. I mean, be yourself. Everybody else is already taken. And your vibe attracts your tribe. So you be entirely yourself. You get in front of that camera, you look into your own eyes, you just be yourself, you speak with your own voice, speak how you want to speak, do what you want to do. Your vibe is going to attract the right people to you. Don't feel like you have to be somebody else, because when you are fake and superficial, it'll draw people away from you. But when you are real and genuine, you draw all the right people to you. So no matter what, just be yourself. If you're quirky, be quirky. Just be yourself. Okay, now the don'ts for when building your platform. And these are, I highly recommend you really listening to these because this will help you. So, don't do not be completely random. Okay, have a structure for people to follow, because that would attract your people. So if you are posting sports videos, then you're posting cartoons, then you're posting sports, then you're posting music, you kind of are all over the place, that it's really hard for you, the social media platforms, websites, in order to send your stuff in the right place, because they're sending you all over the place. So it'd be harder for you to gain more traffic to your channel if you're going all over the, everywhere. you know when you are structured and you have certain type of things, like let's say you're strictly with sports, and you're talking about like one sport at a time, and then you're moving to something else, and you're moving to something else, you're still on the same underlying theme, but you may just expand with that. So don't be completely random. Have it, narrow it down to like your top priority of what it is that you want to give. Whether it's your top two, your top three, whatever it is, just narrow it down, because that will really help you to build off of what niche are you going to have, and what type of structure will you be adding to it, and what type of service would you give. You got to narrow it down. It's going to save you a lot of agony, because you could be wasting all of these time posting all this content, but when you follow a structure of a specific niche, it's easier for you. Work smarter, not harder, baby. Next, Do not give up, especially in the beginning. Now, when you first are building your brand, you're going to have moments where you're going to go on back to the drawing board several times. Do not give up, because when you finally figure out what you want to do and you run with it, you're going to hit your light bulb moment. You're going to reach that epiphany and everything is going to make sense. So just continue to work, and of course, there are going to be times where you may have to, scratch that idea or, redo some things, restructure. It's all about trial and error. So do not give up in the trial and error stage. And, as you're building your brand and you're posting your content, if you are not earning your money yet, or if you are not having as many subscribers, or it's not building as quickly as you may want it to be, still continue to post, because you are going to hit your mark. You're going to eventually reach people. The more content you post, the better. So do not give up. Never give up, because you never know how big you could become. Keep going. You can only go higher. And then lastly, do not trust every single person that messages you. Now, if people really want to do business with you, then they will handle it in a professional manner, like reaching out to you via email. But if a person is reaching out to you in the DMs, they're trying to act like they're your friend, you got to be skeptical of those people, because some of those people cannot have pure intentions for you, and that could cause a whole mess of trouble. So I would say turn your DMs off and do email only.